Well. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning, everybody. It's trying to add me to the stage, looks like. There we go. Uh-oh, got to get my camera situated. Ooh, where you going? Hey, y'all. Good morning. Can y'all hear me now? I wasn't saying anything before. I wasn't live. I mean, I was live, but I wasn't saying anything. I was live. I was off the stage. Am I on the stage now? Let's see. It don't look like it. Let's see now. Good morning. Good morning, good people. I hope y'all can see me and hear me at this point. Good morning, Denise. Good morning, Tanya. Good morning, Miss Marcia. Hey, Denise says we can hear you. Hey, Angela. Good morning. Good morning. I just was running the chart while I was trying to add the slides to the background. I got ready to go live and was like, "Oop, I am not ready." I thought I was ready. I called myself prepping early, get myself together. Then I ran to get the coffee and came back like, "Oh, I'm ready." Then I looked up like, I don't even have my slides connected. The best laid plans. Good morning, Wink. We here though. It's Wednesday. I missed y'all on Monday. I had to go to a doctor's appointment, so I could not be here with you. I was there. I was with my folks in the membership though, because I'm always with the folks in the membership, but I wasn't here on YouTube. So I'm here this morning though. I hope all is well. SPX has been SPXing. Yes, it has been doing its good work. That's what we look at every single day. SPX, SPY, Triple Q, IWM has become one of our new fan favorites because SPX, SPY, and Triple Q are kind of all like in the same bucket. IWM is a different bucket. So we've been looking over at him too. All kind of good stuff. Did y'all see that thing going on between NVIDIA and Tesla? Oh my. Let's see if, and then the Apple dude. I don't know if the Apple dude stepping down is like confirmed, but something's going on. Something's going on. So anytime you hear, a little scuttlebutt, there's always a little bit of truth to all the scuttlebutt. Yes. Good morning, everybody. We are here on this Wednesday, hump day. They don't do that commercial anymore, do they? The little, now you get the emu walking through. That's an insurance commercial now, but the camel used to walk through the office talking about hump day. I don't think they run that commercial anymore. This is SPX. Let's look at what SPX did yesterday. I'm going to go to a 15-minute chart and see what SPX did yesterday. Y'all see this right here, okay? SPX did a gap up in the morning. That's what it did. We talked about on our E2T University call on Monday evening, I taught about gaps. And one of the things I shared with them was a quick little easy strategy about gap up in the morning and then that gap fills. Now, yesterday, that gap filled. This was the gap up. And then it filled and filled and filled some more. Turns out there was a daily gap down here. There was a daily gap down here from previously. Where was it? Trying to see where it was. Was it in here? I feel like there was a daily, because once the gap got filled, yep, it was on in here. Okay. So I'm going to mark it real quick so you can see where the gap was and you can see how SPX went back and got it. All gaps don't fill immediately, but all gaps fill eventually. There was still a gap right here that was remaining. The gap was remaining down to there from Friday, October the 3rd to Monday, October the 6th, there was a gap that got left behind. And there it is right there where that little gray stuff is that I just marked on the chart. That was a gap that was left behind when the price gapped up from Friday to Monday. That gap was left behind. And there's a little bit. Monday's price action filled a bit of it. See all this wick right here. All this wick from Monday filled part of that gap because it gapped up from here all the way up to here. I'm going to show you what the gap was. I didn't come on here to do no teaching. I'm just saying, now that we're here, let's talk about it. This was the gap. Once the price gapped up from Friday to Monday morning, it created this big old gap right here, this gray area. And then 10-3. Thank you, Tanya. I appreciate you. Y'all be keeping me in line. I love it. This was the gap. And then the price action on Monday, this big long wick that dropped down into it on Monday, filled most of the gap, but it left some behind. I couldn't get all of it. I tried to get all I could, but I couldn't get all of it. So that left a little bit there. SPX yesterday, it gapped up from here to here. Another gap was created. It gapped up from here to here yesterday. This was the gap up opening in the morning. And then it came right back down and filled its own morning gap and kept going because since we gap filling, let's go ahead and get it. And it just kept falling, and went on down and got the gap from the previous Friday from 10-3 from last Friday. It went and got that gap. After it finished filling the gap a little bit further, because these things aren't concrete, they're like trampolines, so it went a little bit further. See, it went on down, went on down a little bit more, had to get some recovery, and then it came and bounced. It closed. Price closed right here at 67.14 yesterday, but we went down right at 6,700 and danced down around there for a minute, right? And then recovered and came back. But the gap filled from 10-3, the gap got filled. This is why it is imperative that you do mark gaps on your chart and that you leave them there until they're filled. It is important more so than that you know how to accurately mark gaps. Gaps are not just from the opening of these candles, from just the block to block. That's not necessarily proper marking of a gap. Because if you thought that the gap was from here to here, then you also would have thought the gap was filled with Monday's price action. If you thought the gap was only box to box, you would have thought it was filled after Monday. But the gap is from the close of one candle to the open of the other. So it really was much more of a gap than that. So this is where good teaching, this is myself patting myself on the back. So, I'm not going to break my arm patting myself on the back, but when you know. I talk good. I did my good teaching on Monday night. I'm telling you, I did my good teaching. On Monday night. I was teaching good. Okay, I was teaching good. I was teaching good. And I taught gaps and moving averages in E2T University. And the stuff I taught showed right on up on Tuesday morning. Yes, it did. It showed right up on Tuesday. Okay, it was worth the cost of admission. The people who paid for E2T University, the strategy that I showed them on Monday, there was week 3, by the way. The strategy I showed them on Monday paid for their admission to E2T University, and we got 9 more weeks. We got 9 more weeks of strategies and learnings and trainings to do, and we're gonna learn the strat next week. So if you parlaying around and you still feel like you need to come on into E2T University, you can. I can totally send you the link. Actually, you can go to educatortotrader.com. It should still be there. If not, just let me know and I'll give you the link and let you right on in. All righty. You can go and watch the replay of the gap video. Grab that everyday strategy. It's almost an everyday strategy you can run at the open every morning and go on from there. Anyway, that was what SPX did yesterday. I was going to the 15-minute chart because I was showing you how that gap filled and what SPX did yesterday. And then it fell on down some more, fell down. It got down here around 6,700, bounced a little bit. Got a couple failed 2 downs, which let us know we was going back up. Failed 2 down here at 12:15 was an indication that we were trying to recover. Another failed 2 down at 2 o'clock lets us know we were on our way back up. This is what I'm going to teach next week. I'm going to teach the strat. So those of you who are wondering, what are these numbers and what do these numbers mean? I'm teaching that this week in E2T University. I'm teaching the strat and how do we use these numbers to figure out where is price going. This failed 2 down right here was an indication that the price was going back up. And what did it do? It went back up, baby. It did. It did. All right. So that was SPX yesterday. All righty. Let's go see what's going on today. The VIX is at 1711. The VIX is up a little bit. When the VIX is up a little bit, the market is down a little bit. VIX is up, market down. VIX is up, market down. That's the way that goes. VIX is at 1710. The market is down a taste. Oh, I didn't look at what is SPX 500. Let's look at that before I move forward. What is SPX currently? SPX 500 right now is at 67.23. We closed yesterday. It closed yesterday at 67.14. So it's up about 9 points from yesterday's close. 67.23. It closed at 67.14. So up about 9 points. At this point, there may be a little bit of a gap opening. We've got 45 minutes before the market opens. We talked about the VIX already, or the VIC, as some people call it. It's the VIX. There's an X at the end of it. It's the VIX. Okay. EU sees new U.S. demands as undermining Trump's deal. The new U.S. demands are undermining Trump's deal. Its officials view the concessions as significant and a risk to the deal that fended off the trade war. U.S. stock futures edge up with Fed minutes on deck. Yes, today is the day we get the Fed minutes at 2 o'clock. That's the minutes from the meeting 2 weeks ago. We're going to see the actual minutes today. So we get to see exactly what was said. Before, we always saw really was, are the rates going up or are the rates going down? We heard the announcement is what, where they announced what was going to happen. Today, we see the minutes, and the minutes tell you what's the plan for the next move. The minutes tell you what was the conversation like. Are we talking about doing another one? Is there a conversation that another one is not happening? Most likely not, most likely so. That's where you get the rest of the information. Okay. Tesla's answer to a murky EV future is shrinkflation. Millions set to go unpaid as U.S. shutdown hits payrolls. Yeah, we heard about that. Gold keeps rising after topping 4,000 for the first time. We're going to do a look at a put credit spread of gold in our community today. NVIDIA to invest in Musk's XAI as a part of the $20 billion funding. This is what I mentioned at the beginning of this call, is that there may be a little bit of a combination there between those two. DOE eyes cutting billions in funding for General Motors Ford startups. DOE, the Department of Energy. I almost said education, but DOE sounds like energy, not education. Those two wouldn't go. Energy makes sense. Education, not so much. I know. I didn't mean for you to go there. I didn't mean to turn you on. Jeffries has 161 million at risk in First Brand's collapse. Intel set to reveal tech details and new laptop chip. Intel needs to come on. They actually doing okay. I have a leap on Intel, so I'm hoping that they continue to grow. All eyes are looking at Intel. Come on, baby. We got lots of faith in you. You need to come on. Come on. All right. 5 things to know before stock market opens. Nestle leaves Climate Alliance for dairy emission reductions. Domino's Pizza is about to look and sound a lot different. Okay. On from there. On to CNBC. What do they have to say? NVIDIA's Huang says AI computing demand is up substantially in the last 6 months. Yeah, everybody wants to use AI to compute and do something. Now that everybody keeps talking about what AI can do to help you this and help you that and do this and do that. Of course, people are going to start using it to help you do and do this and do that. You keep telling people to go do it, they go do it. The CEO of Verizon also stepped down on Monday. Wonder why. Melissa, do you know why Missy, why did he do that? He or she? Why did they do that? Why did they do that? The pre-market futures, Dow futures, S&P futures, NASDAQ futures, all of them are green this morning. Oil is up. 10-year bonds are red. S&P futures are up. They snap a 7-day rise after S&P 500 snaps a 7-day win streak. Europe is all green over there. European steelmakers rise after EU proposes slashing tariff-free import quota. Asia is all red except for Shanghai. Spot gold prices hit 4,000 for the first time as global uncertainty fuels safe haven demand. Listen, gold, I told y'all about the place at the flea market where they got armed guards at the gold station. I had no more comment. It's just that, do I want to make that comment? No, I'm moving on from that comment. I was going to talk about the people who own the gold stations. It ain't us. Just so you know, that's where I'm going with that. It ain't us. When I say us, it ain't Americans. That's the us. People who own in the gold ain't the Americans. The crypto. And that's sad. It's sad. But it's what it is, I guess. Bitcoin, all the cryptos are green this morning. I'm gonna move forward. The Bitcoin is at 122,000, which is up because last week this time it was at what, 112. It was, I saw a meme on Facebook that was like, when Bitcoin was 12,000, there was like one person in line, and then it got to 112,000. The line was like out the door. That's like everything, right? That's like everything. Ethereum 4481, Solana 222, Dogecoin 0.25, and XRP 288. That's the way stuff goes. People ain't interested until everybody's interested. It's like, oh, this must be a thing to do. Everybody's doing it, so I should go do too. Wednesday, today, 9:20, we've got FOMC member Muslim speaking at 9:30. Barr is going to speak. 10 o'clock, Goolsbee will speak. 10:30. So question, did the lady who Trump fired, since the court said he couldn't fire her, did she come back to work? Did she come back to her job? Since the court said he couldn't fire her, did she come back to her job? Anybody know? Or is it still in litigation? 10:30, crude oil inventories, which usually is an orange folder. 1 o'clock, 10-year bond auction. That usually moves the market a bit. 1:15, FOMC member Logan will speak. 2 o'clock, the meeting minutes come out. This is a red folder for a reason. So be mindful that 2 o'clock, those meeting minutes are going to move the market. If you're trading something that is today, 0 DTE, you need to get your trade this morning and lock it up. All right. I'm speaking to my folks as much as anybody else who trades 0 DTEs. Get what you're going to get and lock it up. And then wait till after 2 o'clock to set another trade. Okay. Wait and ride that wave because there will be a wave. Wait till that, whatever happens, don't get caught in the trap because it'll probably give you a false move, and then ride the wave into the close. Get your morning trade done. Lock it. There's ways that we lock, y'all already know. And then wait till the afternoon, set you something else and lock it. Okay, or ride to the close, however you want to do it. 3:15, Kashkari is going to speak, and 5:45 after market close, Barr will speak. Tomorrow morning at 8:30, Powell is going to speak. I wonder where he's going to be speaking at 8:30 in the morning. Let's see. He's going to do opening remarks at in a pre-recorded video at the Community Bank Conference. A pre-recorded video. That's probably why it's just got a yellow folder, or it shows orange at least. At 8:30 in a pre-recorded, that means it's all going to be straight. You just going to pre-record the video. He's going to read off a script. No questions. No questions. I'm just going to read what this paper says. Unemployment claims, though, which we may or may not see if the government shutdown does not stop. So that's why it says tentative here. Though that's information we get from a government employees, government organization. 8:35 tomorrow, Bowman will speak. We got some other tentative things tomorrow. And then on Friday, we've got University of Michigan consumer sentiment. Those things will come on Friday. Okay, that's where we are with that. 2 o'clock today is the most important thing happening. So keep that in mind as you trade today. That's the most important thing happening is the 2 o'clock 10-year note auction today at 1 o'clock. FOMC meeting minutes. Why does this say 3 o'clock? This says 3 o'clock. That's weird. 2 o'clock or 3 o'clock. Investing.com says 3 o'clock, but Forex Factory said 2 o'clock. All right. What is it? What is it? What is it? Okay, so it's either 2 or 3. One of them times it's happening. Okay, today is Wednesday. Yesterday after close, we had Penguin Solutions and Saratoga was our earnings. Today, this morning, there are none. AZZ, RGP, Bassett, and Richardson Electronics are aftermarket today. Tomorrow morning, though, we've got Delta and PepsiCo. Those are two. I'm sure people are, I think PepsiCo is a dividend stock, right? And Tilray is also in the morning. Helen of Troy, Neogen, and Byrna. And Levi's is tomorrow after the close. Okay, that's what's happening in the earnings arena. It's been a minute. Did I take that off? It's been a minute. I think I closed it. I did not mean to close that. E2T-freebies. There it is. Did I take that off? I didn't take it off. There it is. This got mentioned in some of my social media, and I wanted to make sure that it got mentioned again this morning. 3 things to check before you trade. Come on, let me make it bigger so the people can see. 3 things to check. Don't place any trade without doing these 3 things. Okay, the court says that she can stay till it's litigated. So she is still, she never left. Well, I thought she it made it look like she was gone. Her name wasn't being mentioned anymore. So she never left. She can stay till it's fully litigated. But wasn't she she was the one who was providing some of the data that they said was the data numbers that they didn't want to put out because her numbers were accurate or whatever. They wanted some different numbers, so they tried to say that her numbers weren't accurate because they wasn't favorable to the people who wanted them to be favorable or wanted them to be leaning towards them. Okay, so 3 things before you trade. 3 things to check before you trade. You can go over to this web address. I'm putting it into the links into the chat. 3 things to check before you trade. I put the link there in the comments. You can maybe copy paste it, or you can go, it's E2T-freebies. You can go there. Several other free things are there for you to go grab if you'd like to get them. Okay, that's over there. Let's go to see what Adam had to say this morning. Hey, Ward. Ward, I'm sorry for being late. Well, we're still here, Ward. For now, we're still here. We're still here. We are here. Let's see what Adam had to say this morning. Welcome in, as they say when you go into the store. Welcome in. Welcome in. I like when you go to Planet Smoothie, they say, welcome to the planet. I'm like, I've been here all the time. I've been here all my life. What you mean? Welcome to the planet. I love it. I love the play. Welcome to the planet. Makes you think, makes you pause and think about it. Adam says yesterday was a rare micro dip in SPX. I was talking about the Fed board. Oh, so on the labor, she's gone, but how she get kicked off that but still stays on the Fed board? I thought the Fed board was where he was wanting her to not be. Which is it? Clarify me, Janae, because I don't be following up right. I follow the headlines. Yeah, I thought she was put off the Fed board. You'll make it clear to me. I appreciate you. I love how you do that for me. As posted, 6704 to 6749 was a 3-day flag with 6719 as a magnet. We hit 6754 yesterday and sold to 6704. I posted 6719 had to reclaim in order to trigger along the 6728 plus, and we got it last evening. The plan today, hold your runner. 6719 is the key, which we are around that area now. 67.36, 67.39. Then 67.49 is up next. If 67.49 fails, then we dip to 67.06. What we don't see here, Adam didn't give us in this particular tweet, is any upside targets. He didn't give us any upside targets, which along the way and along the day, he usually does post upside targets, but there are none in here. If 67.19 fails, not 67.49, if 67.19 fails, okay, that's probably right. Let me go grab it. Let me go grab that, Miss Marsha, because we need to be right. If 67.19, yes, if 67.19 fails, I can go and fix that, Miss Marsha. Y'all keep me in line. If 67.19 fails, let me go fix it for the people. Fix it for the people. And put it right where it's supposed to go, which is into the membership numbers. That's where it goes, for the membership people. That's where it goes to make sure everybody has the correct numbers. Don't want us to have nothing we can't use and nobody feel like it wasn't good numbers. Okay, if 67.19 fails, then we dip to 67.06. Okay, very good. Thank you for that, Miss Marsha. Thanks for the catch. I did feel like 67.49 was a little high up there for that piece of information. I was like, wait a minute, seems a little high. All right, I fixed it on the numbers, and in our chat, they are fixed. Okay. Fed person, Lisa is still there, not the labor person. Okay, gotcha. Thank you. I thought Lisa was the person who was in the litigation, and that's the person he was firing, and she was no longer there to do the numbers. But you're saying those are two different people. All righty. Let's go look at our charts before we wrap this call. Let's go check our indices. It's Wednesday, and on Wednesday, we look at credit spreads that will expire on Friday. We go add a little fuel to the fire. All of my credit spreads from the week, except for Amazon, are closed. And Amazon is about ready. It's ready to close. It actually was ready to close yesterday. I just didn't push it. It was ready to close yesterday. We have some SPX 5 DTEs that one side was ready to close yesterday. And it'll should definitely be ready this morning. But we got some of those as well that are ready. SPY. As you see that, we don't get greedy and try to take it to the last day. We get a 50 to 70% profit off of them mugs, and we close them down, release our collateral to do other stuff with. All right, we don't hold on for them extra $5 and $10, not on something that's been on for a week or 4 or 5 days. That's just asking for something to go awry. It's not how we do. Okay. Yesterday, SPY closed at 669.13. It is currently at 669.93. So it's up about 80 cents from yesterday's close. A little bit of a gap up, maybe an 80-cent gap up from yesterday at this point. All right. We're about 30 minutes from the market opening. Triple Q closed yesterday at 604.47. It is currently at 604.86, so about 40 cents. Not much of a gap up, but there is a little bit at this point. IWM closed yesterday at 244.15. It is currently at 245.08, so almost $1 higher than it closed yesterday. A little bit of a gap up, a little bit more of a gap up. There, it's up 245.08. I'm going to tell you, I missed something the day before yesterday. When I look back at it, I had to kick myself. All right. So I saw it this morning when I went looking. I was like, wait a minute, I missed something with IWM. This was a failed 2 up. This failed 2 up is a bearish reversal signal, which means this right here was set to go down yesterday, and it did just that. My put credit spreads underneath here got blasted yesterday And I should have only done call credit spreads. That's why I had to go back and revisit, talking to my people, had to go back and revisit that entry criteria and what does it include? Because this right here was a clear signal. This was a clear bearish signal. This was a daily clear bearish signal that this was going back down. And what did it do? It went back down and filled that gap. It went right back down and said, I got a gap to go fill. It went down and filled that gap yesterday, and then it recovered. Because the bottom of gaps support resistance, the bottom or top of a gap. After a gap is filled, it's resistance, support, depending on which location we're going. It filled the gap, pulled back, closed inside the gap. Now that it's done its good work, you see that it has now gone back up. Current price or pre-market price is 245. So it is now up here where my mouse is. It's in this area. It's filled the gap. Now it can go in the direction it was already going because IWM is actually in a bullish trend. It's trending bullish, but it had to pull back. I got juice down here. I got to go get gas. It came back here, picked up the gas it left behind so it could continue to go where it was going. But I missed this signal. You trading for shorter time, you got to watch the little micro signals. Yes, we're in an overall bullish trend, but it's everything don't go up forever. It has to pull back sometime and get juice. And that's what IWM did. It pulled back for some juice so it could keep going. Can't be missing that. Can't miss that, Arlissa. You can't miss that. Listen, nobody can talk to yourself like you talk to yourself. But you got to be nice to yourself. You can talk to yourself in an honest way, but you don't talk to yourself in such a way that you are like demeaning. We don't demean ourselves. You can talk honest, talk truth to yourself. You don't lie to yourself because that doesn't help anyone, especially not you. We don't lie to ourselves, right? But we're honest with ourselves, still in a loving and kind way. You can be honest and not be mean. That's to anybody. This is our word for just life. You can be honest with people and not be mean, because there's lots of ways to say honest things and not be mean about it. Do I look cute in this? Or you see somebody and you can say, that dress is not becoming. That's one way to say it. Or you can say, girl, now you know you ain't got no business in that. You're saying the same thing. One way is not nice. It's kind of mean. But you're getting the same message across. There's two ways to say it. All right. So I'm just being honest. Yes, you can be honest and not be mean. Okay, let's talk about how we talk to ourselves, though. We don't demean ourselves. I am smart. I am worthy. I am enough. I missed it on this one. I should have looked closer at this. This is what we say to ourselves. We don't say stuff like, girl, you stupid. You so dumb. Don't do that to yourself. No. First of all, it ain't true. Don't do that to yourselves. We're nice and kind to ourselves. Right? Now, yes, you should have looked closer at this, Arlissa. You should have looked closer. Should have looked closer. You should have taken your time. You were moving too fast. You should have taken your time. Be kind to yourself. Watch that self-talk. That self-talk matters. That's the talk that stay with you. Sometimes other people say stay with you too. But your self-talk stay with you all the time. Okay? You got to talk kind to yourself. All righty. That was our morning message. That you must be kind. You can be honest. You can be honest, but you don't have to be mean. Okay, I'm trying to get the right thing on here. Why are you not showing me what I want to see? You can be honest without being mean. Okay, share with me what I want to see. Hello? I'm trying to get us to the declaration. Well. It's act like it wants to show it, but it's not showing it. Y'all know every day we have the membership. We trade SPX and XSP together. We've recently added IWM a little bit to what we're doing. We're working that in as we go, fine tuning it along the way. Add to the stage. Come on. There we go. Adding that in along the way. But SPX is our primary focus. Today, keep in mind that you've got something happening at 2 or 3 o'clock that is a doozy. So you want to be mindful of that when you're setting your trades for the day, okay? Here we go, our declaration. I declare I'm a great trader, a successful trader, and a focused trader. I declare my wins exceed my losses and my account is growing steadily. I am a wise and knowledgeable trader. I have a strategy that I use for my trades. I don't randomly place trades. I'm a level-headed trader who trades my plan and not my emotions. Okay, it is you, Lord, who gives us the power to get wealth. Help us today to trade our strategy with wisdom and knowledge. Allow us to prosper enough to have what we need and enough to bless others. In Jesus' name, amen, amen, and amen. All right. All right. All right. All right. So I'm expecting that you're going to have a great green day, that you're going to stay focused, that you're going to trade your strategy, that you're not going to willy-nilly jump in stuff, that you're not going to let FOMO cause you to get in trades that you know you have no business in, that you're not going to just randomly follow folks and jump in when somebody makes some comment about, oh, so-and-so is falling, and you're going to go jump in because what one person sees as falling may be literally nothing. It might, and by the time somebody mentions it to you, the fall may have already happened. All right. So you're not going to do that. We have strategies that we follow. We have an entry criteria and an exit criteria. Once you have decided you're entering a trade on the front side, you already got in mind how I'm getting out of this. What's my exit criteria? And if you don't have an exit criteria, then guess what? You're not entering. If you don't have exit, you don't have entry. No, 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 no. We release our collateral with a plan. With a plan. How am I capturing my capital? And if that plan can include, I'm going to make profits, but it can also include, I'm going to cut off a stop loss. Both of those pieces are in place. What's my plan to exit if this doesn't go my way? That's part of the plan too. All right. Okay, everybody, we're going to do two things. We're going to stay green and we're going to get this money. All righty. I will see you all in the market. Goodbye, everyone. Once I find my mouse. Goodbye, everyone. My mouse. Yes. Bye-bye.